Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial we shall be looking at the basic introduction to our Checkmate accounting software package. Now here we have the first interface you are going to see when you open the accounting package. It is known as the data page. From here you're going to be able to navigate to the other pages. The data page allows you to enter the classes available in your school, allows you to enter mode of payment, school fees parameters, expense category and income category. We shall be looking at what this means later. Let's navigate to our page. From here you go to the navigation page just like you have with our Checkmate report. Now allows you to go to every other pages in the system. By the left here you have the school fees income area. Here you have other types of income area where you can enter them, and here you have expense area. Below, session analysis for the school fees, profit and loss statement, and then the receipts. We shall be looking over all these pages one after the other. So what's the difference between school fees income and other types of income? Well, the school fees income is broad, so we gave it its own dedicated particular sheets for getting entering its own data. Other forms of income, any other type of income that's not inbuilt into the school fees, can now be entered in other income areas. We shall see what this means later. So let's go to first fees income. This is a sample. I've tried filling in some values into this. It's in the first for the first term school fees income. That's where you can input the student's name. Under the student name, this is the cells are unlocked, so this is where you can type in the names of the students. You can also fix the classes of the students. By this drop down arrow you can see the class of the students, which you have typed in the data page. They are going to show it up here, so you can choose whichever is applicable. As you can see here, we first wrote down all the children in basic 1A, continued with B just to make it a little clean. The status of the students, whether they are returning, new students, the other ones transfer students, or other forms of entry. So in your first term, that's where you can put, register the students into the accounting software. Also in the first term is where you can also type in the outstanding balance from the previous session in here for each of the child, and then you can start the school fees build up here as well. So we are going to be looking at this much later. It features the total fees, that's the school fees build up, and then total to pay is school fees build up plus the outstanding balance. That's what gives rise to the total pay. The accounting software allows you to accept 4 installment payments from parents: first installment, second installment, third installment, fourth installment, and it tells you how much total you have received from each student, and what's the balance is remaining after the term. If there's any balance remaining, it's going to type it in, it's going to present it in here. Percentage page will tell you what percentage of the school fees, the amount owed by the child has been paid up by the parents. Above 100% means the parents have paid for this, completely paid for the school fees, and the school is probably owing them. Just below 100% tells you that the parents are still owing, but maybe a few amount. So this gives you much information. Later we're going to be looking at what all of this means. Second, we'll go back to the navigation page. Second term income is similar to the first term income, but this time around the students have already been registered, so these are no longer clickable. The classes have been registered, and then the status have also been registered, so these are no longer clickable. The outstanding balance comes from the first term, so this is also not clickable. So it is brought forward here automatically by the system. It's only clickable from the tuition fee, which you can also start to build up from here. You have the tuition, uniform, sportswear, t-shirts, cardigan, as you have listed it in the data page, the build up of the school fees. So this allows you to type in the respective amount for that fees here. Okay, so basically it's the same with the second term, first term, and third term is also the same. It's also the same build up. The outstanding is going to come from the second term this time around, and then you can start to build up the school fees. Accept payments, and then the total received will be shown here just like before, and then the balance will be shown here just like before. Now this balance you can now pick up and take to the next session as what the child is owing. So that's what you're going to impute in the first time for the next session as the bill the child is owing. It's cool. So let's go back to navigation, and then other income types. Other income types allows you to now put in the income category, the dates. I didn't put date here. The dates, income category, any other additional description, and the amount that was received. And this income category is what you have in your data page under other income category. So we are going to be looking at some examples of how this is imputed. So this is similar for all of the three terms: first term, second term, and third term. It's the same interface. Exactly the same thing. And third term. It is also similar to the expense page. I think I have more field. So the date, the expense category, how much was spent at the date, the expense category, how much was spent. We're going to be looking at much more of that later. So it's the same for second term, third term, and first term. Then after all is said and done, the system allows you, based on all of the data that has been imputed in the first, second, and third term, it shows you an analysis of what has happened during the year under review for the school fees. So it picks out all the names and tells you how much total the child was supposed to pay for that session based on the first term fees, second term fees, and the third term fees. And also tells you how much the total the child paid, and then what the balance is. This balance is the same as what you have in the third term balance carried forward. So it does that for all of the child. And the cells are clickable in the sense that you can now copy this and use it in the next session. You can use this in the next session. It's clickable, and copy to your control C and copy this bill, these balances, and transfer it to the next session. This gives you it's descriptive. Then lastly we have the receipt. Receipt allows you to print out two receipts for for the school at a time. I want to look at how to use the receipt much later. It allows you to pick the student's name and then their receipt will be generated for each of the term. So I want to look at that later in depth. And then lastly, the profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement now summarizes all of what has happened under the year, in the year under review. It collects all the income from school fees and brings it here. All income from all of the categories that was listed in your data page. So it picks all the categories and then lists all the summation of all the amounts that were received from each of the terms and collates them here. It adds up the total. It does the same for the expenditure. Adds up the total, subtracts it and gives us the total profit or loss for the session, for each term and for the session. Also indicated quietly and not very conspicuous here, telling you what balance is left unpaid, has not been received by the school. So this gives a quick visual view of what has gone on based on the school accounts, income and expenses in the year under review. So basically that's an overview of how the accounting package works. In the next video we shall be looking at some in-depth feature of the Checkmate account package. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helps.